Good morning and welcome to the Demons Clubcast episode 21 with your hosts K13, Mad Dog, and myself, UncleChowdr. First off, I'd just like to say, sorry for the 2 weeks away. Definitely had some stuff to take care of and still trying to squeeze in the extra work where I can. Y'all know how it is. So, been very busy. At least myself, I have been just helping out the familia, where I live. So, appreciate everybody, still hanging out and whatnot, and, checking out the other episodes. We got at least we got a good 20 stack of episodes to go through. So if you haven't caught up, some of it's old news, but I mean, there's still good content in there. So, um, as usual, let's start out with, what we've been playing. Mad Dog, let's start with you.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, dude, we actually had a pretty good session the other night. I pulled up my spare monitor, took the PlayStation up into the living room, threw the PlayStation 4 on the living room TV, and my daughter played her Xbox in her room. I jumped on the PS5 on the monitor, and then my wife, we actually got in and got her on like 3 games, which is a first.
Sick.
It probably was a good thing that my daughter is the one that kind of ran that one, because I have I guess one of my toxic traits would be I forget the basics because I've been doing some shit so long, or I just have it figured out, so I forget the basic steps, like step 1 through 5, and I immediately jump to like step 10, assuming everyone knows how to at least play a video game.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
And
Totally relatable.
yeah, and bless my wife's heart, I love her to death. She really hasn't gamed since like the N64. Like,
Damn.
they grew up in a totally different lifestyle than me.
Yeah.
My gaming started because my older brother and sister, who were damn near teenagers when I was born, like my brother had the Nintendo. Like, I grew up on the regular and the Super NES, and I had those until I bought my first PlayStation 1 in like 1997. And then I've been on PlayStation ever since. I've owned 1 Xbox. I've played on 2 other Xboxes just because of roommates or something like that. But, so I always forget, like, I'll sit there and ping, and I'll be like, all right, head over here. And she'll be like, where? And I'm like, oh, you don't know what a ping is. And then, of course, at that point, I start getting attacked, and I know that it's basically 1 on this squad because it's me, and then it's that at this game we had played, my wife didn't know what to do and she was running around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a little frustrated and I kick myself in the ass for it every day. It was not my
I definitely get
moment. Not my proudest moment. So my daughter kind of helped with it a little bit, and then I was able to just kind of realize, like, you know what, this is fun, and then I ended up helping. So that was a good night. So we've had some good sessions of Fortnite, a couple dubs, things like that.
It's a new season too, right?
Yeah, God, I'll have to, can't remember what they called it, but it's based on Greek mythology. You got Mount Olympus,
that's right.
you've got the fucking underworld. It is so cool how they did it, and the characters are pretty fun. They got this like double jump feature in there. The wings of Icarus, the fucking Zeus's lightning bolts. So there's like some pretty cool features for all the different styles of play,
Yeah.
I just read that comment. I'm sorry, I had to laugh out loud. Only Lutzy would fucking say that out loud. Only Lutzy would say that out loud. I wish she played Magic so I could wreck her.
Amazing, dude. Lutz.
That's what it's about.
Right. But yeah, dude, Fortnite's been pretty freaking cool. I've really enjoyed it. Really, since I want to say probably about the time Modern Warfare 3 released back in November. They did a movement update. To me, the mantling is a little bit smoother. It's a lot nicer. That probably would have been my only complaint in Fortnite really ever, would have been the movement just being a little different than what I was heavily playing. So they did some tweaks to the movement, some positive ones that I enjoy. So Fortnite's been super fun. And then I did get 1 night of Warzone in.
Oh, nice.
So that was no, maybe I did get 2. I got 2. Ooh, excuse me. One we did our duo we played trios just so we could play Ashika. We played trios both nights just because we freaking love Ashika. The one thing about it is you're either landing in the sweatiest lobby or you're in a mediocre. This one's gonna be a-okay. There were many times where we dropped and we would get wrecked or we would get chased. And these guys, I don't know how they did it, because we play Resurgence, and so they would drop us like way over it. Where were we at? We were up in residential, and when we respawned, we decided to bail out and head down to like down near the hospital. I think is what it is. Yeah, like there's that food market and everything on the southern coast. So we dropped clear across the map. And I mean, we barely got looted up and they were challenging us and on us already. Like, I'm just like, oh shit, someone's dropping in. Oh, fuck you. Like, so those games were fucking stupid. But, we had a dub on the trios night where all 3 of us were on and things like that. So, other than that, man, that's it. I've only played, Fortnite and Warzone.
Well, I get that.
Kyle, how about you?
Yeah, Kyle, let's hop to you, buddy.
Mostly just a predecessor. Been playing a ton of Argus, trying to get better with him. Played a little bit of Sparrow when we needed a carry. Who else? Oh, some Greystone, rocking Greystone again on offlane.
And
It's been a while actually. So
for context, Argus is who you guys are watching me play right now, currently on the screen.
yeah, he's super fun. He's got some interesting abilities. Curious what they nerf, if they nerf.
I guarantee the first thing's gonna be that shredder. Guarantee the first thing's gonna be that shredder, dog. When it's fully upgraded, you can hold it down and literally use your entire mana bar and just shred people.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to. There's no pause. Like, they need to either put. I was just thinking about this. They need to put a. They need to put like a shorter timer on the shredder. Like, you need to not be able to use your entire fucking mana bar while you're using it at the end there, because it's really cheap. It's really cheap.
Oh yeah. It's nasty. And if you can hit your stun in the rock and then use your ult, like most people are dead. Like it's he's pretty gnarly.
Yep.
But I had some really good games with Greystone, and then I followed it up with some pretty shitty ones. And then played some Vigor.
Yeah.
Got lucky on some airdrops, some crazy games yesterday. But yeah, that's really it.
Well, for myself, I've been playing Pred with everybody as much as I can. I played quite a bit with your lady yesterday. That was a good time. Except for those couple of matches that we had with those fucking morons, but besides that,
yeah, randoms suck.
Yeah, randoms really suck. And that's just unfortunately that's part of the fucking thing with fucking MOBAs is toxic randos. It's just how it fucking works. And also, side note, you're never gonna convince me to play Magic, Lutzy. I don't care if they come out with fucking Naruto cards or fucking One Piece cards. I'm never playing Magic. So
they ran out of ideas, so now they're just like doing what Fortnite and everyone else does. They just steal like movie and video game themes.
Yeah, their last pack was Fallout.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Ty always does that to me. He'll always send me like a picture of the new pack, and I'm like, it's not happening. Yep.
One Piece has a card game.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that card game can stay where it's at, because guess who's not playing that one either? All right. Anyway, I'm not a card game guy, all right? Unless we're playing like poker, and that's only every once in a while. I like poker, and that's it. Besides that, you keep cards away from me. But I played quite a bit of Pred this weekend, which was fun. I grinded a little bit of Destiny. I was hoping to be able to unlock the exotic skimmer, but you have to. There was a couple ways to unlock it, and I would have either had to have called in sick on a Tuesday morning and played a nightfall at about 5 o'clock in the morning, so that I could be one of the first people to set a score on the nightfall, so I could hit the top 10%, or I would have had to sat and grind out 1,200 activity medallions, which, to be fair, if I wasn't such a game juggler, probably would have been a doable thing if I'd played for a couple hours every day, like I should have been, but I didn't do that, so it's my own bad. But yeah, I'm back on the Destiny hardcore again. It's just as much as I can. When I'm not trying to get my Warzone fix in, because I did play some Warzone on Saturday with Lowe's, and I had a fantastic time. It's like my second match in. I got a clip that I'm gonna be uploading here pretty soon. I fucking wiped 3 people and got a squad wipe all by myself. Fucking clutched out the game. I've been having some good games,
Nice.
honestly, on the Warzone. So all the weapons still feel pretty, I mean, about the same. The new I think it's a new battle rifle they just added is what everybody's fucking super obsessed about, and the KVD Enforcer got a buff, and apparently it's like 2 and 3 tapping people right now, so everybody's been on that shit for long range. So it's been, I don't know, it's been fun. I also played a few matches of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. I don't know if anybody hopped on that when it dropped. I didn't have nearly as many problems as everybody else talked about on Twitter and shit. Like, my game didn't crash on me one time on my phone. I didn't have any bad, like, super bad textures that I couldn't stand to look at. I didn't have any really bad glitches that were bad to look at. Like, everything loaded good. My account synced up just fine. And so all of my stuff was there. All my weapons that I've unlocked in the base game on console were there. All my camos, my operators. It was pretty sick, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I pulled it up and was like, oh, okay, Black Noir, made myself a class just like I have on my fucking big game, and hopped into a fucking match, and I placed like 15th on my first one. It's actually pretty sweaty, I won't lie. And I'm hearing on I'm hearing on the interwebs that a lot of people are mirroring their phone to their TVs and then bluetoothing a controller to their phone and playing it on a TV that way.
Nice.
Which I would not surprise me one bit, but that's also really dope. People are back to playing Verdansk because they're like, I just want to play Verdansk. So,
I
but I personally think, I just have to say, I personally think that this is a good sign that they're gonna bring Verdansk back to Warzone at some point, because I just don't see why they would go through all the trouble of making Call of Duty Warzone mobile and syncing it all up to the main game and giving them Verdansk and not giving us Verdansk eventually, even if it's a little bit down the road. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. I could be very wrong about that. But, Call of Duty Mobile was already pretty successful and it plays pretty good, and they have a decent battle royale and they got a nice map on there. Like, I've played it quite a bit. The game plays good. So I feel like maybe they were just trying to build up some hype, but I feel like we might get Verdansk back.
Mhm.
So that would be nice.
I'm sure you guys will.
Also, I started a new game plus on Spider-Man 2 last night. I ended my stream early and put on some One Piece like episode 400, I think. And just started there and just started watching One Piece and started a new game plus on Spider-Man 2 because that update just came out March 7th, not too long ago. Um so definitely pretty excited to run through Spider-Man 2 again. Um that game is just a ton of fun. I'll probably do it on stream. That was actually something I was planning on putting down in my Discord, but I'm gonna say it here too. Um, Eventually, I'm going to. I think maybe after today, in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna really try to make a good hard push into single player games because I really need to finish the DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, and that's something I can play for like an hour and a half and put down. So I think for the next week I'm gonna push real hard into that, and then I'd like to get God of War Ragnarok actually finally started. I always talk about it, but I still haven't yet to start it because I'm always playing Pred or I'm playing Destiny or I'm playing Warzone or something. So
Yeah.
they always taking up all my time. Um,
Yes, sir.
but those are really I think that's pretty much all I've been playing. Um,
I know it's been like a couple weeks, but I've just been playing like 2 games.
yeah.
I've just been moving a bunch of shit around the house. We're preparing for my mom to move here, so just
Oh, word.
doing a bunch of shit.
Okay, yeah. See, I essentially fucking have just had a lot of family shit going on myself. So when
Hmm.
I worked literally 12 days straight. Essentially, I did my job for 5 days and then did my job again on Saturday because there was shit going on. And then Sunday I was with my dad all day working and then back to work at my normal job. And then I didn't work yesterday because I told him some things so that he thought I was working at my other job, but I was not working at my other job. I was working at my favorite job. I was streaming. Um
Yeah.
and today that's why we're squeezing this podcast in a little bit early. Thanks for those who have hopped in this early hour. I just wanted to do this kind of early today because I'm probably gonna have to go over there today unless it starts raining. So rain. um,
Play games.
yeah, exactly.
The snow day here, so.
Yeah, that's a perfect day for that. Um, but um, besides that, I think I'm ready to hop right into some topics. How about you guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the first one I want to talk about is something that Joe popped in there. I didn't really look at the patch notes, but I know that Starfield just got one of its biggest updates.
Oh yeah,
And it
yeah.
was in beta. I don't know if it's had a beta yet. Um it has over 400 fixes and a lot of those are for PC and there's going to be a lot of quest fixes and stuff. I haven't even really looked at the full list. I'm sure it's in the patch notes. I just, like I said, I haven't looked in quite a while. I did pull up the game. There it is. Yeah, for the beta. Um, I did pull up the game and play for a little while. To show my cousin. Um, and so I definitely fucking was checking that out. Yeah, that's something else we're gonna talk about here in a second. Because that was a flop. But I'm not gonna go through a whole bunch of this just because there's so much of it. But they essentially added the ability to set expressions and poses in photo mode. You can now open doors and harvest when the scanner is opened. Setting a course on an inactive quest will now make it the active quest. Added support for adjusting FOV when using third-person ship view. Added an anis- anisotropic filtering quality slider for PC only. Remove digipick cost for using undo during the security minigame. Added an autosave when fast traveling from a planet's surface to orbit. Updated the ship UI to perform more smoothly at higher frame rates. So a lot of that stuff's pretty minor stuff, just, fixing and some ease of life fixes. At this
Mhm.
point, I'm really done um with the whole fucking Starfield fiasco. At this point, everybody feels how they feel about it, and it's not going to change anybody's mind one way or another. I don't think these updates
Yeah.
are really going to do that. I love the game. I like it, and I will always like it just because I like those Bethesda games. I like that Bethesda jank.
I think it's cool they, fix stuff though. I mean,
Yeah.
if there were some issues.
No, absolutely. Like, no, it's great that they're doing updates. Where will the game go eventually? Who knows? I'm really excited for Shattered Space, and I'll definitely be playing it on stream and streaming it regardless. Like I'm always gonna be a fan of Destiny or of Starfield. Um, I don't like I said at this point I feel like trying to do anything with a conversation about that game is like beating a dead horse. Everybody's made up their minds about it.
Yeah, it seems that way, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate. But
Yeah, it is what it is. And I don't really mind. Like everybody people like their games and people don't like games. That's okay.
mhm.
So, um not everything is going to be liked by everybody. Um but I think that it just like every other game, it'll get its updates and it'll run better as time goes by, but also at the same time, there are still things in Skyrim that are glitches and stuff that have been there since the game came out. So, will they get everything? Probably not. It's Bethesda. Like,
Yeah,
I just don't expect it. Like, it's Bethesda jank. Like, still to this day, you can pull
yeah.
up Skyrim and take a platter and glitch through the wall where the werewolf dudes are. You can glitch through the wall, go underneath the Skyforge, and steal everything out of the Skyforge chest. And of course, they probably left that in there on purpose because it's like a nice little cheese for people, like a cheat if you want to use it. But there's multiple other places that you can glitch through the wall with a plate or a platter that I know about. So like when I'm trying to like replay through Skyrim and I want to speed run it, kind of like at least the beginning and just get started real quick, I know a spot where I can go get whatever armor I want, essentially, and then I can go get all of the spell tomes and all of the fucking soul gems that I want right to begin the game. You know what I mean? Like there's little things in Skyrim that will always be there, but I think for me that's part of the charm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, absolutely. That one almost sounds purposefully left there.
Absolutely, they were purposely
I
left there.
absolutely would leave.
Yeah.
I would absolutely leave that there for the community like you that keeps going back and replaying the game.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm not replaying it. Like I can replay with mods, and that's something I've also been thinking about doing a stream is like downloading a crazy mod on my Xbox for Skyrim and like restarting the game with some kind of a mod installed because they have some cool ones like there was one I was really looking at called alternate start, and it essentially allows you to like it has a whole shitload of different side stories. And so you make your character, and so instead of starting out on the cart and fighting the dragon, it kind of skips all that, gets most of that done for you. And then you start out like one time I started, like I used it on PS4. One time I started as a Khajiit merchant on with a Khajiit caravan, and it just spawns you in the world with a Khajiit caravan, and then you can kind of go off on your own way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's cool things like that, and I'm sure, that's the other thing I'm waiting for Starfield is the mod support on console. Once that hits, I'm sure I'll be taking a jump back into it. Oh yeah. And then of course there's ridiculous mods like Lutzy pointed out where you can turn the dragon into Thomas the Train.
Oh my god.
And he will toot
Terrifying.
and he will toot toot at you as he attacks you. So
That's amazing.
I also found another mod that every time you sneak attack somebody, instead of making the sneak attack sound that it has built into the game, it's Samuel L. Jackson going, "Surprise, motherfucker."
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So
That's great.
yeah, there's a lot of mods that like, and that is the one cool thing about Bethesda games.
Countless mods for
Yeah,
Skyrim.
yeah, there's so many mods for those games and Fallout. There's a lot of mods for Fallout 4 as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good time across both. Yeah, you can get lightsabers in Skyrim, all kinds of shit. It's ridiculous. So we'll see what they do with Starfield. I'm sure that'll be one of the first mods that people add into Starfield is lightsabers, which is fitting, and I'm with that. I hope they add some better dismemberment. I want to see that as well. It'd be nice to see some good dismemberment. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm not too concerned because I'm still gonna play the game. So, and then where's my Clubcast notes? There they are. Okay, so the next thing after that, the other big news, something that actually kind of got me excited because we all talked about this. Fucking PUBG is getting a big overhaul this year, kind of. Um, so PUBG, and this is in the Clubcast notes right underneath the Starfield picture for you guys, uh, Kyle and Steven, just so if you guys want to follow along. Um,
Mhm.
PUBG, the popular free-to-play battle royale game, is set to receive significant changes in 2024 with the introduction of destructible environments, a move to Unreal Engine 5, user-generated content, and various other improvements. The destructible environments will allow players to strategically destroy parts of buildings or construct defensive barriers, adding a new layer of strategy and tactics to the game. Krafton, the developer of PUBG, also plans to release regular gunplay updates every 2 months to enhance the game's combat mechanics and provide more weapon variety. Additionally, the game will introduce survival-focused items and improvements to casual modes, aiming aiming to expand the audience and cater to a wider range of players. The move to Unreal Engine 5 marks a significant upgrade from the current Unreal Engine 4, promising improved graphics and performance. User generated content will enable players to create and share their own content, fostering a more vibrant and community driven ecosystem within the game. So that's all really awesome shit. That was an article that I took some quick shit out of from IGN. Um, Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
If PUBG
Yeah.
if PUBG gets that upgrade, it not only will it look fucking fantastic because the game doesn't look terrible right now as it sits. Um it will look fantastic and I'm hoping maybe they'll make it like I don't know, flow a little bit better, like the game will just feel a little bit better.
I would hope so, but Unreal Engine 5 is pretty nasty, so I'm probably gonna re-download
Yeah,
it.
I mean, destructible environments, that'll be really sick to
Yeah,
see in PUBG. I mean, that alone, I was
crash
thinking.
a car through a fucking building and storm it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, think about how many times you pass up C4 on the ground because you just don't need it. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, the explosions for C4 are so big and violent, I can only imagine what that's going to do to a building.
yeah,
I'm pretty,
hell yeah.
I'm
It's
pretty,
gonna be pretty. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
yeah, I'm pretty stoked, honestly. That should be pretty sick.
For real.
So we'll have to see what happens. I definitely am pretty excited about that just because maybe it breathes some new life into the game for me. I was getting pretty sick of it. Um,
Yeah, I always had an issue with like the aiming, just because I don't know. You have to be very careful with your shots sometimes, but I feel like other people can just go full auto and destroy me. So
yeah, I,
I still got to figure that out, but it's a fun game nonetheless.
yeah, I feel that. And then I'm gonna skip over a couple things here because I want to wait till we get into the movie part of the pod for those.
Hmm.
Um,
Makes sense.
but this one's a good one. So the Microsoft Rewards program is changing. The Xbox app discontinuation and weekly streak task ending. So, they are changing up the way the Microsoft Rewards works for people who are in Game Pass and have Game Pass and are in the Xbox ecosystem. Microsoft is making significant changes to its rewards program, discontinuing the Microsoft Rewards app on Xbox in favor of the Rewards Hub introduced last year. This shift means that the popular weekly streak task will also come to an end April 15th of 2024 as Microsoft will cease publishing tasks and offers in the Xbox app. Excuse me. The new rewards hub serves as a centralized destination for Xbox activities and offers across the device, allowing users to view available activities, set goals, and redeem rewards in one place. The focus of the new activities aligns with earning points while enjoying games. While the current rewards hub includes daily, weekly, monthly Xbox Game Pass quests, as well as additional activities on the mobile version, Microsoft plans to introduce new activities to the hub in April. However, details about these new activities remain closed. So they're getting rid of the daily tasks, and they're just mostly switching, like, in short terms, they're switching focus from the rewards app to the rewards hub, which, I mean, it's just a different app essentially, and which is essentially doing the same thing. They're just not going to be giving out and giving away as much, which sucks, but not that much is changing. So
Okay.
I've never even
I was
had
like, explain this in PlayStation terms.
I was gonna say, I don't even know that many people. I don't even know that many people that are fucking, like, I've never even seen or heard of anybody who's won anything off of those drawings. So I have no idea how that
Yeah.
fucking happened or what's going on with that. So I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see until they fully do it by the 15th of April, because they haven't gone full bore into it yet.
It's like PlayStation has like their some new system where you can like cash in your like rewards that you've earned through trophies and stuff. And like I don't play that many different games to probably accumulate that. So I don't even know how that works. But I
Yeah,
think you can earn like
Yeah,
PlayStation money basically.
yeah.
that's pretty
Hold
sick.
on.
Redeem it for like games or whatever, depending on how much you save up.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, someone just showed it to me not that long ago. But yeah, it's based on like the trophies and shit. Yeah, so like how we get those that star number next to your
Mm-hmm.
profile based on your overall trophy counts.
I'll be right
That
back,
converts
guys.
into points that can then be spent. I'm just trying to remember, but it's
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's something along those lines. It's pretty cool, but yeah, like I said, I just don't play that many different games, and I'm not like a trophy whore unless I just love the game.
most of my progression on that shit was back in the day, like when I would just play like single player games, or I would play for trophies and try to hunt those down type deals. So that's where I got those. But yeah, here lately, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just don't fucking remember. Maybe I saw it on my. Chowd, are you there?
Okay, sorry. Cat fight. I had to go take care of that.
Oh.
Okay.
That answers my question.
Yeah. Um. All right. The next thing I wanted to jump onto was a little bit of predecessor news that Kyle showed. Um. March 28th, that is in 4 days, Xbox finally gets to join the fun in predecessor. Um.
So
Which,
sick, dude.
yeah, I'm super stoked for. It just means more players, and we get a whole big wave of noobs to fuck up.
Yeah.
And then but it has me conflicted, if I'm going to be honest with you. Um
Why is that? Oh,
because
for you, probably.
yeah, because I have a fucking Series 2 Elite controller with 4 paddles on the back that I fucking want to use when I play this game so fucking badly. Like, using my fucking ability, the square ability, it would be just a paddle press, and
Mm-hmm.
blinking would be super easy. There's a lot of things that I would really enjoy using this controller for, and the really quick trigger pulls as well, because I have the clickers. But they don't have cross progression yet. And so
Damn.
yeah, they don't have that yet. So I don't want to fucking start a whole new account on my Xbox. Like
Yeah, that's rough.
I have not all of the characters, but I have all my characters that I like to play unlocked. So I would prefer not to have to restart a whole new fucking thing. Like, the idea of that makes me
Yeah,
fucking
that's
sick.
dreadful. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess on Twitter we'll just have to spam them with cross progression.
Yep, that's what I've been doing. I've been putting cross progression in and roll queue. Roll queue and cross progression.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
predecessor. Please.
I've been doing the roll lock too.
If the devs by some god awful chance hear this, please roll queue and please give me cross progression so I can log into this shit on my Xbox and play with my favorite controller. But that's about the only thing left I got for Pred was the good news of Xbox finally joining the fight. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah,
Just
there's not really like too much news outside of that, I don't think, for
yeah.
Pred. So
Yeah, and just one more time would like to stress almost even more than cross progression, because I will just continue to play this game on PlayStation. Give me roll queue, motherfucker. Jesus, I'm so tired of fucking toxic ass little bitch boys fucking complaining about not getting their roll and fucking dude. Me and your lady had such a bad time with that dude the other
oh
day. It was
yeah,
so
I
bad. It
know.
was so frustrating, dude.
It is stupid though. It's like, come on, man. Like, I'm clearly here first. If like we both went to it at the same time, maybe I could be like, okay. But I feel like the randomizer isn't really much of a randomizer. I don't know. Maybe there needs to be like a little mini game where you can do like rock paper scissors.
I don't. Yeah, they need to do something, or they need to tell us how. They need to tell us how it works, like how it chooses who goes where, or
Yeah,
something. Because I feel like first person to choose that role should get first dibs.
should get it. Yeah,
Yeah, like
it
if you
should just
chose it
lock.
first, you should get it. It should lock, and that should be it. Yeah, either roll queue or roll lock. Once you choose it, you're locked in there unless you choose a different one, or like that's open, unless there's a different one
Hmm.
that's open and you try to switch between them. Like, just be done with it. That's why that is the one thing that Overwatch did get right, and I'll give them that credit, is the fucking role queuing in Overwatch is where it's at. It might take you a while to find a game if you're just trying to roll in as DPS all the time, but you're at least gonna find other, like, no matter how long it takes, when you get into a match, there will be a healer, there will be a tank, and there will be DPS. Like, that's guaranteed. Right? So, I mean, I don't think that's a lot to ask for, but we'll see what happens. Um, and then the next big thing I'd like to talk about, because this game just came out, and it's a game that I honestly am really on the fence about picking up, even more so than I was Baldur's Gate 3, just because I have a feeling that I could end up getting into this game.
Yeah,
Dragon's
initially
Dogma,
it looked really cool.
yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't know if anybody's been following anything that's been going on with Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been all over the place. The
Hmm.
reviews I'm seeing from IGN, IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. A lot of the people that I follow on Twitter are loving the game. They're saying they're having a blast with it. And then it was like a day after it came out that all the drama with the microtransactions came out.
Yeah,
Now, as it sits, I don't know currently, but as of 3/22, this is when I posted this article in the Discord. Um Dragon's Dogma 2 hidden microtransactions spark controversy, leading to mostly negative reviews on Steam. Dragon's Dogma 2, the highly anticipated sequel for the popular action RPG, has been met with controversy following the revelation of hidden microtransactions in the game. These microtransactions include items such as fast travel points, character customization options, and revival consumables, which players feel are unnecessary and detract from the experience of a full price single player game. The game has been review bombed on Steam, with many players expressing their disappointment and frustration with the inclusion of microtransactions. Critics argue that these microtransactions undermine the core gameplay and mechanics, and design choices such as the intentional restriction of fast travel to encourage exploration. The Windows Central team, who had early access to the game, share their concerns about the microtransactions, particularly the monetization of essential gameplay elements and the potential for excessive spending. Despite the game's impressive combat systems with rich fantasy world, the controversy surrounding the microtransactions has overshadowed its positive aspects and left a sour taste in a lot of players' mouths. Which, listen,
Yeah,
okay, I
it would for me, man.
okay, I'm gonna look at this in both ways because I've been reading a lot of shit about this. I've seen a lot of shit on Facebook, and then this morning, particularly when I hop back on Twitter, a lot of the dudes that I follow have been playing this game, and everybody's got their thoughts about it. And the one that I've seen that I agree with the most is this. One guy I follow said that he played the game for 3 to 4 hours before he even knew that there were microtransactions. He didn't even realize that they were that bad until he seen the screenshot of the Steam page for the microtransactions. So essentially, you can play this game without ever spending them. There's a lot of dudes that are on Twitter, and some people are like, "Oh, you're defending it," and it's like, well, you know, Gran Turismo had some crazy microtransactions when it first came out, and everybody freaked out about that too, but now everyone's forgotten about it because they're not required to play the game. Yes, they added all that stuff for extra money that you can buy, like camping gear and fast travel points, but you don't have to buy it, and you don't need to buy it to play the game and have a good time, is what I'm
Okay.
hearing. Like, it's just something they put in the back end, like a bunch of extra
You can get
DLC.
more of
Yeah, they're thinking they could get more
pay
out
to
of
win,
people.
basically.
Pay, exactly. And it is pay to win. It is essentially pay to win. But like I said, you don't have to have that stuff. Like, you can pay to make your experience better, or you can just play the game that way, and you can play all the way through it and experience all that stuff. That's at least what I'm
Grind it out like a
understanding.
man.
Yeah, that's at least what I'm understanding and the vibe I'm getting. I'm not 100% sure if that's like all the way true, but that's what I'm hearing.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that then.
Exactly.
I thought like there was actual like you can't do certain things without having this, and
That's
that's bullshit.
that's it. I was like, well, character customization. Who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah,
Well,
guys,
whatever.
like,
but
who
that's the
cares?
thing
Like,
is some guy already
right?
debunked that. They were talking about the character customization thing, and someone was saying how expensive it is to do it. Someone showed a video. They posted a video on Twitter this morning. You can, within the first 30 to 60 minutes of the game, and for not very much currency, go to a barber and change your appearance if you don't like the way you look. Like, I think, like, personally, I kind of think there's a lot of people just trying to find something to be fucking upset about.
Yeah,
Personally.
it's always the negative stuff that gets blown up too.
Mm-hmm.
Never like the positive, so that's always unfortunate.
Yep.
For social media. So these kinds of things are what we get to see, unfortunately.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And then another little weird side note about that game. Joe pointed this out. For those who are playing it right now, you've probably noticed this, and if you're thinking about picking it up, just keep in mind, um, you can't delete your save files and start over.
It's
Apparently,
super weird.
yeah, apparently in Dragon's Dogma 2, you cannot delete your save files and start over.
You can't go into your system's hard drive and delete the files off of your hard drive.
I don't know how I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, but that's what Joe's saying, and I'd like to learn more about that. That's why part of me wants to pick up this
Yeah,
game just because I'm fucking curious, dude.
I'm curious if that's just in-game saves versus because obviously, like you would have control over
unless
your hardware's storage.
unless he's talking about like, because that's how I do.
I'll fucking uninstall that bitch.
Like, no shit, right? That's how I play like Hogwarts Legacy or any kind of these RPG style games. Like, yes, there's save points, but man, when I'm done, I'm just gonna push pause, go to save game, and I'm gonna overwrite my previous file.
Yeah, and you generally do have like a separate like save data
Yeah.
file,
So
at least on PlayStation.
So I'm wondering if that's what Joe's talking about. Like, you can't overwrite your previous save. So like it always gives you like the ability for 4 of them. So like if you decide you want to go one route in the game, I guess save that a different way. I don't know. I've never explored it. I only ever have one save per playthrough.
I've done it once, but yeah, you would save it at a certain point where like the game decides something, right? And then you always have that as a backup, and then you would start one, do one thing, try it out, and then you have that one to fall back on and try the other thing and see how it goes. See what you like better.
Right. And saying that's just not, I mean, I go through my one playthrough and then I always say I'm going to do multiple playthroughs and
Just got the time these days.
Well, it's like, I talked about Assassin's Creed. Like that was a big one. And I playing the game, I'm like, yeah, this could be a pretty fun multi-playthrough. Although there weren't many decisions in Valhalla and anything like that. But yeah, and then you end up sinking 300 hours in and you're like, no, but then you have games like my Call of Duty registries at like over 400 hours and I'm still loading in, but it's just because it's the online and it's the community I won't say the community, the squad, it's the ones that I play with. And then I turn proc chat off most of the time. So I don't even care what people think or say.
Yeah, I gotta be in the mood for a proxy chat.
Yeah, and I'm never in the mood. I always feel like I gotta be like sweating on people so that way I can actually feel like I'm talking shit rather than just being a loudmouth.
No, I feel that.
And so then most of the time I'm just like, toot, good job. Sometimes I'll turn it on. I'll just try and say fucked up shit when like every time I die, I'll just try and say something for their hot mic. But other than that, no. That's the only way I could see what Joe's saying makes sense about, like I said, overwriting your save files.
We'll have to see.
It's going to be just the in game.
I'm gonna do some more research into that one, but that's an interesting one for sure. Just because, fucking, like I played the save like just saving right before you do something major in a game just in case it goes wrong, reloading. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing an RPG, I did that in Starfield a lot. Like right before I go into something that I figured was gonna be, or that I had a feeling was gonna be like a big decision or something, I would save right before and be like, okay, at least I know I can back out if I don't like what happens. And I don't give a shit what anybody says about that. Like, that's how I play those games, and I enjoy playing RPGs like that just because I want to get the full experience out of them when I'm going through them.
Well, even Gears of War, you have the options to split, go certain ways, and I want to see what the other side's about if I haven't played the game yet.
Exactly. But the next thing I want to jump into, which was something I posted last night, we talked about this in an earlier podcast that the studio Toys for Bob was going independent, but they were still going to be working closely with Microsoft. Well, as of last night, they secured funding from Xbox for its first independent title. So, they are an independent studio. They're going to be on their own, but they are going to be making games in cooperation with Microsoft, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally. Dope.
Yeah, Microsoft recently acquired Activision Blizzard King, as we all know, gaining control over franchises like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and the Candy Crush saga. Included in the acquisition was Toys for Bob, the studio behind Skylanders, Spyro the Dragon, and Crash Bandicoot.
I did not know that, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. After the acquisition, Microsoft and Toys for Bob mutually agreed to part ways, with Microsoft retaining ownership of properties like Skylanders, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro. Now, Toys for Bob has secured funding from Xbox to develop its first title as an independent studio. During a town hall meeting, Toys for Bob's leadership expressed their commitment to keeping the team together and returning to the studio's signature game style. Xbox referenced their previous experience with Twisted Pixel, another studio that became independent as an alternative to closing down studios. Although details about the upcoming game remain undisclosed, it is expected to resemble Toys for Bob's past works. Fans speculate that it could be related to the popular Spyro or Crash franchises, or even an entirely new IP. The development is seen as positive sign in an industry facing challenges such as layoffs, constraints, and rising costs. Toys for Bob's independence allows them to retain their team culture and creative freedom while potentially bringing joy to fans of their beloved franchises. So I think that's really exciting news. Um,
Yeah.
just because it's nice to see that a studio like that that's got that much talent and has made us a couple games that we all know and love.
You're talking about icons.
Yeah, dude. It's
Hmm.
really exciting to hear that they could be on their way to making an entirely new IP, an entirely new game in that style. So, there could be something pretty awesome to look forward to here pretty soon.
Hmm.
Yeah, big
I
time.
need to get an Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox has got some shit going on. But PlayStation's also got some exciting things happening. So I'm grateful that Tiffany got me a PS5 for Christmas. I feel very, very lucky to live where I live and have both consoles and or all three, I should say, and have access to all those games whenever I want them. It's honestly become kind of a problem. I don't even know what I want to play half the time. So,
Not a bad problem to have,
no, it's
but
not a bad problem to
sometimes
have.
it's frustrating.
It's a good problem, but it's like, do I want to play fucking Smash Bros? No, I need to play Destiny. No, 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 no. I want to play Warzone. Oh wait, everybody's playing Predecessor. Better switch over to the
Yep, time
PlayStation.
to hop on.
Oh shit. Oh wait, I gotta finish this DLC on Ghost of Tsushima. Wait, I want to start Uncharted 4. Wait, I really need to start fucking God of War. Like it's a good problem to have, but it's also like as an adult with
It's
limited,
overwhelming.
yeah, as an adult with limited time, you're just like, what the fuck do I even do? So, and hi
Um,
Kira, thanks for hopping in.
there is that game Sandland, the video game based on Akira Toriyama's manga that Kira posted in video games.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
haven't read too much. I haven't read too much on that, but that's sounds dope.
I did not
The
see
animation
that.
looks kind of Kingdom Hearts ish.
Yeah, okay. Okay. It's definitely got that art style. I'll have to check that out. Let's see here. Watch this. Visit site. Here, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Got the article up.
Is
Summarize.
it crop it up?
Here we go. Sandland demo for now available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. A demo for Sandland, an upcoming action adventure game based on the manga series created by Akira Toriyama, is now available on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. The demo allows players to explore part of the game's map, experiment with the skills of the three playable characters, and get a feel for the game's weapon customization and vehicle upgrades. Sandland, which is created by the late Akira Toriyama, tells the story of a demon prince exploring a desolate wilderness and is set to be released April 26th. Okay. Little summary there for everybody.
Hmm.
Super
It's
sick.
cool.
That's actually really dope. I will definitely have to check that out because I love Akira Toriyama's fucking art style and shit. So that definitely looks sick. Um, I replied to your attachment with that summary in the same article. The power of the S24 Ultra and that summarize on the articles is fucking too clutch sometimes, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Um, but as for video game stuff, that's really, I think, everything I had here. Let me double check my notes that I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think video game wise, that was everything on my side. Did you guys have anything you guys wanted to add?
Yep, I think that was it.
Word. Because this is a good time to
Sam,
jump right into TV stuff, and I have a article first that I want to read. Um, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that you seen this. It's about X-Men 97. The
Oh yeah, yeah,
showrunner,
yeah.
yeah, the showrunner Bo DeMeo was abruptly fired ahead of the series premiere. In a surprising turn of events, Bo DeMeo, the showrunner and executive producer of the highly anticipated X-Men 97 series, has been unexpectedly fired just days before its premiere on Disney Plus. The news was first reported by Hollywood Reporter, and IGN has confirmed its accuracy through a reliable source close to the situation. The timing of DeMaio, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I apologize. DeMaio's dismissal is particularly unusual. He has, as he had been actively involved in promotional activities, scheduling interviews, and preparing for the red carpet premiere in Hollywood. According to the report, Marvel and DeMaio abruptly parted ways early last week, leaving the cast and crew members equally surprised and uncertain about the reasons behind this sudden decision. Um, DeMaio's contributions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe extend beyond X-Men 97, as he has previously served as a writer for the Disney Plus series Moon Knight and the upcoming Blade film. His impressive resume also includes work on the Witcher franchise, both in live-action Netflix shows and the animated film The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. So we're gonna have to wait and see and hear, but if Disney
Yeah, it's
Plus
definitely
fired
interesting.
if Disney Plus fired him, I can't imagine I can't imagine it's a reason that is entirely like with Disney Plus it can be either he is a horrible person or it was something really stupid and they fired him for it. Like it's 50-50 either way.
Yeah,
So,
it's hard to say right now, but it's definitely interesting right before it's about to drop and all
mhm.
that. So
So I'm definitely interested to see why that happened, and we'll just have to wait.
side
Um,
note, the show looks awesome.
yeah, it does look pretty cool. I like the costumes in that one a lot, just because
Hmm.
it's all the old school stuff. So it definitely looks really dope. Um, Another little bit of sad news for Twitch. Amazon to remove Prime Video Watch Party feature from Twitch on April 2nd. I think that's pretty sad. I really wish
Yeah,
they wouldn't take that away. Amazon announced that it will be removing the feature from Twitch on April 2nd due to declining usage. Introduced in April 2020, watch parties allowed users to watch and react to movies available on Amazon Prime or Prime Video with their audience, gaining popularity during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Despite Amazon's explanation, streamers expressed disappointment and frustration over the removal, with some, like Will Neff, a prominent user of the feature, calling it the end of an unforgettable era. The timing of the announcement, just 2 weeks before the debut of Prime Video's highly anticipated Fallout series, was also criticized by users. While the feature will be discontinued, users still have a few weeks to enjoy watch parties before they are permanently removed from Twitch. I think that's pretty sad because I never even really got to use that feature. There was a couple times I've really
yeah,
wanted to use it, but I also just really like to game when I'm
right.
live. So, it's one of those things. It's trying to, trying to come up with your time. Hopefully they figure out something that we can do that with. Some like strike up another deal of some kind that we can, react to some kind of videos without getting strikes. It'd be nice to do that. The React meta, there, a lot of people do reaction videos, but it is kind of fun to watch, certain movies with your community, especially if you have a little one built up and people are actually popping in for it.
Yeah, I would love to get that going for us, but we got a lot of shit going on, so
Right.
Oh,
we'll make it
hello.
happen.
Did you come to say hello to everybody? Hello, Nico. Sorry if everybody just heard my cat meow super loud into the microphone. He jumped literally right next to it and made that sound. So, hello. Um, don't grab my cords, please. Thank you. Um, and then this was a little note I wanted to read because this one's pretty close to my heart, and I was pretty I don't know. I was pretty excited to see this, just because I feel like he deserves. Oda is taking a break, and he dropped it, and I feel like he deserves it. The dude's been busting his ass on One Piece for years, so he's taking a little break. Break time. Indeed, I'm indulging in a break for the next 3 Jump issues. Recently, after the passing of Toriyama Sensei, I feel people may be worrying about my health more. But to reassure you, I'm not sick right now or anything. It's just that I still wanted to give myself some time to rest. Think of it as trying to focus on self maintenance. And I want to give proper thought about the One Piece about what One Piece will be about, like the busy man I am. Because yeah, we're 1,000 something episodes deep, people, and he still doesn't know what the One Piece is gonna be. Just so you're all aware
Yeah.
of that. Over this break in the egghead arc, I thought for those who are like, I don't remember exactly what the relations between these characters are, and he has a bunch of these really awesome cartoony illustrations of all of the new characters that were just introduced and some returning characters in this arc. We decided to make their flashback stories available to read for free in Japanese on the official shonenjumpplus.com site from it looks
April
like
1st.
yeah, April
April
1st to
1st.
April yeah, April 1st to April 21st. Furthermore, on Netflix, aside from the One Piece live action, there is also Monsters anime adaptation from one of my early one shots, so please give that a watch if you haven't already. And for those who don't know what that is a side story about Roronoa Zoro's essentially his family, where he came from. It doesn't directly address that, but it is his ancestors, and I'm pretty sure it's his dad. So definitely worth checking out. Furthermore, on Netflix, aside from the One Piece live action, there is also oh, I read that shit, sorry. Stony baloney over here. Um and on YouTube, the anime is live streaming nonstop for 8 days straight on the Anytime One Piece stream. Also coming to TikTok on the 23rd, so it's already on TikTok. So there's a couple channels for anybody who wants to know what that is. It's Anytime One Piece. It's on YouTube and TikTok. It's literally just running episodes of One Piece back to back to back to back to back to back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope though.
with that said, see you after 3 Jump issues on Shonen Jump. And then he's got his little signature down there. It's a dope little note that he wrote up. I think that's awesome that he's taking a little break. I think he deserves it. Um, uh, Oda was pretty close with Toriyama. So, and those guys, a lot of those guys played off of each other's work. And so it's, I'm sure Toriyama's passing was pretty heavy in that community of people over there. So definitely worth taking a break and checking on your own health and all that good stuff, and just not working
Yeah.
yourself to death. Even though he's doing something he loves, I'm sure that can be a pain in the ass sometimes, writing that much content. I mean, we're 1,000 something episodes deep, so Jesus, that's a lot of stuff that he's come up with and written. And yeah, that was my movie stuff. That was my big movie things. The note from Oda was my last big one. So
Cool. All right. There is actually quite a bit since we've last
Mhm.
been live, so
Yeah, go for
I'll
it,
just
my
jump
friend.
into it. Bill Hader is going to voice the Cat in the Hat in the upcoming animated film, which will release 2025.
Okay.
We have a cast for Among Us. They're doing a animated series.
Oh.
Elijah Wood, Ashley Johnson, Yvette Nicole Brown, and then Randall Park. I actually didn't know that they were going to do an Among Us movie or a series, so
Kind
that'd
of
be
a
kind of
weird
interesting
kind of a
how
weird
they're going to
thing to
do
do a
that.
series about, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's what
kind of
I'm sitting there
interesting.
thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be definitely outside the box comedy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird one.
Oh, God, I hope
Yeah,
so.
with Elijah Wood, everything he's in is kind of weird. And then the last thing for the animations, Army of Doomstar, Metalocalypse, if anyone's familiar, drops on Max April 6th.
Okay.
Um, so super excited for that. They
Hell
need more
yeah.
views.
Hell yeah.
Any fans of Euphoria? They're beginning filming in the next couple of months for season 3. And then we got a ton of trailers that dropped in the last couple of weeks. Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, um, Alien Romulus, I believe is what it's called, which takes place between Alien and Aliens.
Oh shit.
That one actually looks really good. And they're using like real props and stuff, not like a ton of CGI. So that's gonna look really good.
Oh shit.
We got Star Wars: The Acolytes. I'm not too familiar with what that's all about, but
Yeah, a lot of people were.
trailer looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the trailer looked really cool, but a lot of people were like, "Ooh, that looks dumb."
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and then other people were pointing out, like, of course, it has to get political, and they're, pointing out all the fucking political shit and how it's wokeified, and I was just like, here we go.
Yeah, right. We got a Furiosa Mad Max trailer number 2. Uh, got another trailer for Chaos, Jeff Goldblum as Zeus. It looks weird, man. I don't know.
Jeff
Probably not for
Goldblum
me,
as
but
Zeus? Is that what I just
yeah,
heard?
it looks interesting. Yeah, it's
That
not what you
sounds
expect, but it's
that
funny.
that sounds really strange. I won't lie about that.
Yeah, trailer's weird, man. We're getting a never-ending story, new series, I believe. I didn't read the article. I never read the book, but the original was, pretty bad for its time.
The
So
never-ending
hopefully, with
story?
yeah, the
You
never-ending
you
story.
didn't like that?
No, dude.
Dude, I feel like
Like,
everybody loves that shit.
No.
I don't think I've ever even seen it.
I feel like there's so many people that love the never-ending story. I feel like that's
I'd
one of
have to
those.
watch it again. Like I don't even know the last time I watched that. Like I was like 6. But I don't know. I look at some of the stuff now on it. I'm like, man, that looks terrible.
Well, yeah, because it was made in 1986 or
Yeah, it's brutal.
1984. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
So
1984, and of course it looks
maybe
terrible.
New World will do it some justice. I don't know.
No, I think
It
what
says
it's
new, it says new film series, so I'm curious. Are they doing like
a mini series.
trilogy?
I feel like
Yeah,
everybody is switching everything to mini series. Have you noticed that? Like movies have really gone. I feel like everything's just like, oh, we're making a mini series. We're making a mini series. Like movies don't.
yeah, it drives me nuts. I
Yeah,
love movies more than I love like series and
I
stuff.
don't.
Limited series are pretty good, like 1 season or like 4 seasons or something like that. They just
Well,
like know where to cut it off.
that's the thing is like to be honest with you, I prefer a show that's one season with like 5 episodes over a movie because then you can get like 5 hours of like good detail, like a mini
Yeah,
series. Like I prefer that almost over a movie these days, but that's just me though. Just because I feel like you can get more detail into 5 episodes of a mini series than you can into, you know, 2 hours of a movie. And also, it's easier for me to sit in one place and watch something for an hour than it is for me to sit somewhere and watch something for 2 hours.
yeah, that's fair.
That's just me, though. Like, I'm not speaking for everybody, obviously.
I watched Snyder League the whole way through.
Yeah, see, okay, but
That was
I,
supposed to be 6 episodes, so that was actually supposed to be
it,
longer.
it depends on the movie. I guess that's true because it depends on the movie because my boy, if you put on the fucking director extended cuts of Lord of the Rings, I will sit for 4 hours and watch every bit of that movie.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so that movie, no problem. But if you try to do that to me with like anything else, I'm like, I lose interest pretty quick. So
um, moving on. There's a horror movie coming out called In a Violent Nature. It's the POV of a killer.
yeah, I watched that
And
trailer. Holy fuck, that's a fucking creepy trailer, dude.
right, it looks intense. It annoys me. It kind of looks like Jason, but I'm really excited to watch it. I'm like curious what they're gonna do with that.
It's a creepy
Um,
concept.
so I don't know. I'm excited for that. We got a trailer for Harold and the Purple Crayon. Uh, Zachary Levi plays Harold. It looks okay. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know
not too
nothing
hype
about
on it.
that.
We got a ton of trailers for House of Dragon. They did like themes, so it was like an official black trailer, official green trailer. So watch those. It just kind of sums up like the houses and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It looks okay. I didn't mind the first season. It was okay.
Um,
I'll watch the second season just to see the cool CGI on dragons and shit. So
I get that.
anything with dragons, I'm in.
I was gonna say that kind of reminds me to bring up the fact that me and Tiff sat down and watched the first episode of Shogun last night. And me and Tiff
Yep.
have also watched the first episode of the Halo series, Steven.
Ooh,
We,
nice.
we watched the first episode. Both the Halo show more than the other one. The first episode was a fucking like right off the bat, what the fuck on the Halo show. Like I did not expect I expected there to be some violence and there to be some blood, but I did not expect to see people get fucking disintegrated. Like pieces of their body get disintegrated off of them. I was like, whoa! Instantaneously, I was like, they went for it. So, yeah, me and Tiff are definitely going to be sitting down to watch more. Yeah, we're definitely going to be sitting down to watch more of that show. And same thing with Shogun. That show starts off pretty fucking brutal. Never ever thought that a TV show could make watching someone boil be so realistically fucking gross, but oh my god. So
Yeah.
that was pretty brutal to watch. Obviously not going to say more than that because I don't want to spoil for anybody who hasn't started it, but that it made me
Very good show.
it made me a little bit uncomfortable, I won't lie. Like I know it's a TV show and like I know it's not real, but I was like I was like that's a fucked up way to go.
We need to watch last week's episode, but yeah, very good show. Shogun rules.
Yeah, Shogun's been really good. Loving their attention to detail. I love the vibe of the show. I think they've done a really good job. At least for me, from where I'm at, I think the show is great so far. So
Agreed. And it's just gonna get crazier and nuttier.
well, I hope they don't fucking do a
Very
Game of
excited.
Thrones turn or something, and right there at the end,
Oh,
make
no.
that game make that shit turn into trash.
I think it's only one season.
I hope so. See, and that's why like a show like that can just be one season.
Yeah, I think it's 8 episodes, so you get a few to watch.
Well, hopefully they keep it at that, and they don't go, you guys see how successful this was? Let's keep it going.
Shogun 2.
Shogun 2.
This one's weird. I don't know how I feel about this because it's been like 15 years since the last one, but a new Boondock Saints is in the works, and Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery are coming back.
Okay, if it's the same two, I'm fine.
But like, what are they gonna do?
I don't know, but as long as it's
we already got 3 movies, man.
as long as it's the same two, I don't care. As long as it's the same two. If they're gonna come back with some new dudes, I was gonna be like, okay, this I don't want to do it.
I'm excited that they're back, but like, obviously, I feel like that's a must. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do in it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We're gonna have to see. Does it say who's
I haven't watched
directing
it? Not on this. I just pulled it from discussing film on Twitter.
Okay.
And their source was Deadline.
Although IGN did post up Netflix is teaming with Adam Sandler for a Happy Gilmore 2.
Yep. Yeah, I was almost there.
Oh,
that's sick though.
It just
came
across my
Adam
feed.
Sandler and Christopher McDonald confirmed it a few days ago, I think, on Twitter or whatever the hell. Yeah, that's super sick. That's going to Netflix. That'll be dope.
Yes.
Curious what they're gonna do.
I'm super curious as well.
I heard Tiger Woods is gonna be the son of oh my god, the guy who recently passed.
Oh,
Chubbs.
yes,
The son of Chubbs.
Carl, wasn't it Carl something?
Yeah, Carl. God damn it. Drawing a blank. I'm Stony. Also Stony. Apologies. We also got Jack Black said he wants to make a
Carl
sequel
Weathers.
to School of
Carl
Rock
Weathers,
finally. Yes, Carl Weathers. Thank you.
School of Rock. That would be another School of Rock.
Ooh.
Would be pretty. I would watch it.
Yeah, same. I'm super excited for what's come out the last few days. Also, we got a trailer for Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, baby. It looks so good.
To be 100% honest, I never watched the first Beetlejuice, and just
Bro.
not my type of thing.
Oh, that's okay.
I grew up.
I'm excited.
I know, and I'm not taking it. I don't want to take anything away because I'm happy that they are for all the fans of Beetlejuice that are finally getting that sequel. I'm super stoked for you guys because it's been in the rumors and they've been talking about that for years. So I'm stoked for you
Yeah.
guys. I was never been a fan. Never been a fan. So
I guess I could see it. It's like, it's kind of weird humor, and
yeah,
then it's all practical effects. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It was
Tim
just
Burton is a wizard.
I've never, and that's the thing is I've never been like never been a huge Tim Burton fan. Like I'm not like a huge fan of all of his movies. Like The Nightmare Before Christmas is not like it's I'll watch it if someone puts it on, but it's not a movie I go out of my way to put on. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way with that one. I'm not like a massive like Burton lover or something, but I do like his practical like mind with movies.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed Tim Burton's Batman because
Yeah,
I love action movies, but that's
yeah.
also the
Gotham has never looked cooler.
exactly. But that's also the thing is like I grew up watching action movies. I grew up on action movies. Like that's what
Mhm.
and so it's very easy for me to like I never watched Sweeney Todd. It's not my type of movie. Um
Not a fan.
yeah, but I did watch Planet of the Apes. He did a Planet of the Apes, so it's like, there's a lot of movies that Tim Burton did that I grew up watching James and the Giant Peach. Like that's one of them that I will
Mhm.
claim to that I definitely like watching, but the rest of them I've never been like a huge Tim Burton fan. Nothing against the guy.
Yeah,
He's got a ton of talent, not saying anything about that at all, but
yeah.
Uh,
Just got to be the right movie.
mhm. Mhm.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
I do know
Uh,
though for a fact that Johnny Depp is his favorite person to use in movies.
Yes.
So
100%.
I feel like if he
And
could
why
have
I'm a
made
writer,
I feel like if he could have put Johnny Depp in Batman somewhere, he would have done it.
right? Yeah. I don't know. He could have played maybe like a
Dude,
crazy Riddler or
I was
something.
gonna
I don't
say,
know.
dude, Johnny Depp could have made a fucking cool Riddler.
Or Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter, he would make a good Mad
Yeah.
Hatter. Or I was
Sure.
just gonna say, I would even put Johnny Depp so far as to say I bet you he could play Two-Face.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yeah. That might be.
He's so
Maybe.
talented.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's so talented.
Yeah. He is very talented. Speaking of Batman, though, we got the Penguin trailer.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys watched that.
good lord, I
I'm
did
so
not, yeah.
excited. Yeah. And I didn't know this because I didn't really notice the Batman was such a good movie. I didn't notice that. I don't know. It's not like a huge must in like a movie, but Warner Bros. Like canceled Colin Farrell from using a cigar in the Batman because it's like a piece he wanted to use is the Penguin because he does have a cigar and like the monocle and all that stuff, right?
It's fucking
Um,
Penguin.
yeah, but he
Yeah.
gets to use it in the series, and I was like, oh, sweet. So they didn't cancel him out of this one. So I don't know.
Good.
It'll just be nice just to see like those little details that
Good.
actors like to use for their characters. And he's so good as the Penguin, and I love the makeup they do for him. It's insane.
Yeah,
Doesn't
for
even look
sure.
like Colin Farrell.
For sure.
Also, speaking of, Jake Gyllenhaal said he would be interested in playing Batman if the opportunity came. He said it would be an honor, which is also curious because he was on the short list for the Nolan trilogy. So there is potential there.
Interesting.
But also he's like older, so I'm not really sure what they would be doing, since the whole idea of Henry Cavill not coming back was to have a younger feel to it. So I don't know. I think it'd be great. He's got the build now after Roadhouse.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna say I've been seeing a lot of really positive things about Roadhouse.
Yeah, that just came out. I actually need to watch that.
Yeah, I want to
I heard
watch.
mixed things. Kind of cheesy, but like, what do you expect? It's an action flick. It was cheesy back then too.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it was cheesy back then too, but I definitely want to watch this because I've heard a lot of positive things about it, and also I gotta see if they have Jake Gyllenhaal rip some dude's throat out, like fucking Patrick Swayze did in the original. Because if not, I'm gonna be upset as fuck.
Right? Yeah. I'm curious.
That was
I'm
iconic.
definitely gonna watch it
I
soon.
really
Yeah,
hope that he gets to rip Conor McGregor's throat out right at the end, barehanded.
that'd be dope.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite parts of that movie, dude. It's so cheesy, but it was so sick.
Yeah. Uh, that's it for DC. I got like a couple things from Marvel. Henry Cavill is supposedly playing a Wolverine variant in the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Interesting.
So they got so many cameos in this movie. Everyone's gonna be watching it. It's definitely gonna be the bee's knees.
Dude, Henry Cavill is a busy man.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff lately, and I want to watch that other movie he's going to be in. I forget the name of it. It's kind
The
of an elaborate name,
the
but
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, whatever the fuck it's
Warfare.
called.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, an elaborate name, but it looks really funny and like kind of quirky.
it's got Alan Rick or whatever that guy. The guy,
Richardson. Yeah.
yeah, Richardson. Yeah, the guy who's fucking playing Reacher right now.
hmm Yeah, it's got a great cast. It's based on true events as well, so it's not just like a killer cast action movie. Like there is some like purpose behind it. So
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch that movie.
I'm sure they took it to heart. And I think that's all that I have for TV stuff. A ton of trailers. So if you guys are out there on the YouTubes, check them out. There's a ton of stuff. We only briefly talked about Alien Romulus, but that looks fucking phenomenal.
Hell yeah, definitely
Also
seen.
practical effects, so they're gonna look really good, not cheesy, weird CGI like movements.
Yeah, definitely seen all of the Alien movies a few times. My opinion, the first one is the only one that's actually scary.
Yeah, and I think they're like going back to that, so it's gonna be nice. It's like a horror movie, basically.
I hope so
I think that's what it should be.
because
Like those things are terrifying.
yeah, dude, and the first one made you feel the fucking the fear. Made you feel the
hmm
fear, dude. The rest of them just turned
Also,
into action movies where they were fucking that they were murking them.
with aliens like coming back, I would love to see like a well done remade Predator.
Like the first movie.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would
It's
be
like a
pretty cool.
who's the new Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like Alan Richson? Are we gonna do that? That's I don't think he's like dirty enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dirty.
you need a meathead. You need a real meathead.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. No. No, get that guy out of that movie. If he's in it, I'm fucking not watching it. I'm so over Jason Momoa. Made my Aquaman look like a pussy and a world ruiner.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Um, yeah, Tiffany. I walked out of the front room and Tiff was watching. I don't even remember what fucking number it is anymore because I quit paying attention. But that new Fast and the Furious movie that's got Jason Momoa in it.
Oh God.
God,
Yeah,
dude,
how was it?
his performance for some reason just makes me cringe throughout that movie.
He's not a great actor. Like he was good as what was his name? Drawl in Game of Thrones because he didn't fucking say anything.
Well, but I didn't mind him as Aquaman. I thought he was a cool Aquaman personally, so I didn't mind him
Hated
there.
it.
Yeah, okay, and I didn't mind it, and there was a couple other movies I feel like I watched that have him in it that I didn't mind them, and so I just see him
Well,
as
like he like in Snyder League, like he like throws a bottle down like right next to the fucking ocean and it shatters, and then like he throws his shirt into the ocean, and then at the end of the Flash, he's drunk face down in a puddle, and I'm like, dude, that's not what Aquaman does at all. Like he's literally ruining his own environment. It just drives me nuts, and he doesn't even look like Aquaman. The blonde hair needs to be there. It's all about the blonde hair.
yeah, they really changed up the way he looked with
For real.
Jason
Yeah,
Momoa being that guy. Um,
yeah.
but I don't know. There's a few people. Who knows? We'll just have to see. Also, though, I'm kind of sick and tired of remakes.
Yeah,
Big time. Let's get something
I get that.
Like, where's I want to see some fresh original content, like just consistent fresh original content. That's why I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, I think the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare, whatever the fuck that movie is called. I don't remember the full name, but I'm kind of excited for that movie because it's just something fresh.
Yeah, it's original. So yeah, I get it. There's some good ones out there. Good ones to come. I don't know if Monkey Man kind of looks like just a reincarnate John Wick, but looks badass.
Yeah, it looks like another version of John Wick,
Yeah,
but will it capture what John Wick captured? Because I think everybody in the world felt that when they fucking stomped his dog out and he was like, I'm coming for all of
yo.
you motherfuckers, dude. I'm coming for all of you. Everybody felt that.
Yeah, for real.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. I think his family gets taken and killed. So I don't know. I'm sure it's good, but yeah, it's basically just a reincarnate John Wick. So I'm sure it'll just get compared and then shit on a little bit for that.
yeah, probably and that's the other thing. I just have to say that before we end this today. I part of me like it's a natural thing to do. Everybody does it. I do it myself all the time. But I kind of hate this comparison culture that everybody's gotten into with everything. Like everything's got
Mm,
to be compared against something else. And I understand competition is a good thing, yes, but like
yeah,
everybody just like has to compare like two games, have to compare two movies, and it's like, well, why can't we just look at it in its own merits?
yeah. Everything's got aspects of something. Like 2024, movies have been being made for like like not a thousand, but hundreds of years now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was the first? Let me see.
The first movie, I don't know, like had to have been like 1900, 1890,
The
somewhere in
first
there.
movie ever made.
Our first film,
The
I
first
don't know.
movie ever made was made by a man named Roundhay, or it was called the Roundhay Garden Scene in 1888.
I was okay, yeah.
The
See,
world's
close, not
earliest
hundreds, but
surviving motion picture film showing actual consecutive action is called Roundhay Garden Scene. It's a short film directed by French inventor Louis Le Prince. While it's just 2.11 seconds long, it is technically a movie.
hell yeah, yeah. And video games. I mean, if you're not copying something that a movie has done, you're copying a little bit of what a video game has done. There's just there's always going to be ideas that are taken, so
Yep.
it's hard to make something an original, but there's still opportunity out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can still come up with original stories and stuff. Mechanics and other things might not be original, but you can still come up with original stuff.
Right.
And
I get what you mean though. Like
you can always
I
make
tend
things
to
your
like
own.
compare.
But yeah, the comparison thing, it's just like everybody does it out of habit, but I just wish sometimes
Yeah,
it wouldn't be so rampant as it is with everything, because some things,
gotta have that neutral
yeah,
neutral perspective.
exactly. And some people, in my opinion, compare shit that shouldn't be compared.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's some weird comparisons out there with
Yeah,
games and even
exactly.
movies,
So it's just for me.
music.
For me, I'm just like, meh. Why don't you just not do that?
Yeah, music's even harder. How do you become original in music? You know, that's been made even longer. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like just you're gonna be copying ideas. But
But I think I got everything out that I needed to get out.
like so, wow, we're actually ending a lot shorter than I thought we would.
Yeah.
A
No,
couple weeks, I thought it would be like 2 hours.
no, this I think
Yeah,
this is about perfect because my dad's ringing me, so I'm gonna see what he's up to.
Okay.
about that time at.
But I appreciate everybody who lurked. Like, share, subscribe, all the things, and look for the pod up on Spotify and YouTube as soon as I get this sucker uploaded.
Hell yeah. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Chow. Thanks, Mad Dog.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
guys.
appreciate you guys as well. Peace.
Peace.